welcome to the Chai Guys podcast. What's up, man? How you been?
I'm good, dude. It's a nice, it's a nice morning, nice afternoon now, and I'm just having a good day. How are you?
I'm just cold. I've been cold this morning. I bet it's colder in Arizona right now than it is there. It was 40
You know, what?
degrees on my morning walk this morning.
All right, right now here it's 41. But it was sunny this morning. So when I went out this morning, it was like nice and sunny, and now it's cloudy and
Oh,
it's supposed to rain later. But I don't know about you. I'm a big fan of overcast and I'm a big fan of rainy days. I love rainy days,
yeah,
dude.
55 degrees right now. Yeah, oh yeah. I think one time, Peter and I will text here and there just random stuff, and
Yeah.
we're on the topic of chores. And Peter was like, "Man, dude, I love doing chores and going out during the rain." And I was
Dude.
like, "It's like you're the main character. It's like Blade
Yeah,
Runner."
dude, because I feel like also like I feel like a sunny day. There's nothing wrong with a sunny day. A beautiful sunny day is great. But I feel like a sunny day is like the base, like it's the standard. It's like more
Hmm.
generic. So when it's like a bunch of sunny days in a row, I just take it for granted almost. I'm like, all right, like this is the world we live in, like whatever. But when it's raining, because it's like a little rarer, I feel like I feel like the main character, but I'm so much more like in touch with my surroundings. I like
Yeah.
look up and I'm like, this is crazy. Like we just live on this rock. We're spinning through the cosmos. There's like rain coming. There's just water falling from the sky.
Hmm.
I'm just so much more present when it's raining.
I'm also, to add to that, I guess from my perspective, I'm just more cautious when doing things. Like, okay, I can't slip. I gotta wear my rain jacket. I gotta. Sometimes if it's rainy, but it can be rainy cold or rainy humid. So I gotta mix up the layers, make sure I'm
Very different
comfy.
vibe.
But yeah, when I'm in the grocery store, everybody's just like, I need to get my groceries. I gotta get the fuck out of here because it's fucking raining. I don't want to end up in the wet rain. But yeah, I'm like, okay, I gotta get like eggs, bread, peanut butter, cottage cheese, almond milk. That's some of the highlights from my grocery
Dude,
list.
that's a great list, by the way. That's murderer's row right there.
But yeah, like bagging everything, putting everything in your trunk. Like I just feel like I'm on the episode of like The Mandalorian or something, or
Dude, yeah, you're on a
whatever.
like you have a purpose. Because like if you didn't have to do it, you wouldn't be out in the rain. So
Yeah.
everybody out there is like, we got to get this done. Like yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's like a quest, dude.
It is quest. You're thinking of life as a quest. It's like a fun way to like go about life sometimes, and
Yeah, I like to do that.
just enjoy it more.
And you
It's
feel
fun.
like you get that like nice little dude. Again, we always get these confused. Like that dopamine, like it's just like you completed a quest. Like you did it.
In like a non-toxic way, because I know, like like I gotta grind through life.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this right now. The difference between dopamine, serotonin, and the other one.
Yeah, it's weird because like there's also song names that use those lyrics and also have the title. Because I think there's a song I found this week called like Serotonin, and I have no idea
Really?
what that is. I just know that means happy. But then I know dopamine that makes me happy, right? So
Yeah. Okay, so oh my god, this is so bright in my eyelid, dude. Hold on. There we go. Okay, dopamine. Oh my god, dopamine creates more chemicals. This is crazy. Um, Dopamine is what I was talking about. That's like the reward system. That like, yeah, yeah, okay. And then serotonin. Uh, what the hell? Oh, serotonin. It's just they're both positive, but dopamine is more like you like it's your reward system. Like you do something, or like you like fulfill that need, like whatever itch you need scratched, and then you like get that little dopamine, and you're like, yay, and your body's happy.
yeah, chemicals.
I
Well,
love.
on that note, that was a good way to start the episode. Happy Lunar New Year, Happy Chinese New Year, because
Ah,
at the time of this recording, it's Lunar New Year, the first day,
dude,
year of the rabbit, that little
is it really?
hopper. Yeah,
What year? Oh, this is a good segue, Jerry.
Mhm.
This is a premium segue you just did. You dirty dog. You. Alright. What year were you like? Not what year were you born, but like what year are we? Is it tiger, monkey,
Yeah, tiger.
tiger?
Yeah. That's why when I was growing up, like I've had a lot of animals. You know how when you're growing up, you have like a just a rotation of animals. That's like when in class you have to pick your favorite animal for like a
Hmm.
game or something, or like introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Tiger was like that was like a main staple of my life. Tiger, tiger, tiger. And I don't
Okay.
know if it was because I went to a Chinese restaurant and I was like 6 or 7 for the first time, and I saw that paper of all the years of the animals, and I saw
Yeah.
mine was tiger, and I thought that was a special,
You're
special.
the only one.
Yeah, but yeah, that's why I've always liked tigers.
Okay, that's fair. I think I've always been like, when it comes to the favorite animal discussion, I've always been a monkey guy. I just like I love them. I do remember distinctly used being able like wishing that I was born in the year of the monkey and being like, damn, like missed opportunity. But
Fuck.
like
Yeah,
I'm still a big tiger fan.
yeah, tiger. Yeah. What were some other animals? Recently, if someone like in like the past like couple years, if someone were to ask me like what's my favorite animal, I usually just go with panda. I just like
Dude,
pandas.
pandas I feel like are I've never met anyone that doesn't like pandas. Very
Yeah.
likable. Very amicable, personable animals.
Yes, they're very
Wh-
cool.
uh, Have you ever had a discussion with like a group of people, like if you were like, what animal do you see me as? Like if I were an animal, what animal would I be? Because
Hmm.
I've had the discussion and everybody always says koala for me, and
Dude,
I'm fine.
I see that. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
I'm happy with it. Like I'm like I feel like they're friendly. I feel like they like get along with everybody. I'm like that's a compliment in my eyes.
Yeah, and dude, like, I know you love eucalyptus, so of
Dude,
course.
I'll eat munch on that shit all the time. Yeah.
Not for that actually just like I see it. Like you said,
Dude,
koala. Dude,
someone said it to me, and I was like, you know what? Like, thank you. I think I see that. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think what you would be. Hmm. Dude, tiger is honestly not a bad one. I feel
rah.
like tiger's like.
Sorry.
I
That
was
was so
thinking of a joke one
weird.
to say, and I did think of giraffe for a second. I feel like
I let my intrusive thoughts win.
giraffe. You just have such a long neck, dude.
And spots.
Dude, exactly.
Dude, giraffes, when they fight, they whip each other's. They like whip
That
their
like
necks,
is
dude.
crazy. Like, how protected also are their brains that like that doesn't cause in extreme damage?
I know, dude. Oh man,
It's like,
they're like aggressive animals.
dude, you know what throws me off? That hippos are like the most dangerous animal.
I know. Yeah,
They like just kill people for sport. Like they're not even gonna eat you. They don't eat meat, so they just kill you to kill you.
yeah. I mean, well, I mean, humans, they kill animals just to kill.
That's
So,
true. But
yeah.
at least sometimes they eat them, or like they. We should on paper only kill animals when we eat them. Obviously, that's not the case usually, but like
Yeah.
hippos are just like we're gonna kill you for sport.
Yeah, they
I
like
wonder,
alligators, they fuck alligators up. Or
dude.
crocodile. I forgot
Uh,
which of the two species they coexist with.
Good question.
I'm
I
going
also
with the
forgot
crocodile. It's crocodile. It's
which
crocodile.
ones are more dangerous.
I know. I think one of them is. Oh, hippos or crocodiles, or I think hippos
No,
are more
crocodiles
dangerous.
or alligators.
Oh, I think crocodiles are because they're bigger. I
That's what
think.
I thought they were more dangerous as well.
Mhm.
I know alligators. I'm trying to think of the difference. I think crocodile is a more
It's like narrow,
like
stout,
yeah.
and I think of like they're greener.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
When I think of crocodile, I think of Africa and light mud, light tan mud for some
Yeah.
reason.
I've seen gators. I've seen little gators in Florida. Like where my aunt used to live before she moved, there was like a marsh kind of. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good word, dude, a marsh. Um,
Marsh.
and like little like we just like would see an alligator appear in the backyard, which is kind of scary if you have like a little dog. Like your dog's just going to the backyard, dude, and a gator's there. Like that's
Yeah. That's like
scary stuff.
goodbye to your leg.
Yeah, dude, like that's gone. Like
Yeah.
a nibble on you.
A lot of
Um,
animals this morning.
dude,
An-
I also do want to ask your cafe beverage.
Oh,
What are you sipping on this morning?
okay. I am sipping on a small. Well, the label says small hot coffee. It's an iced coffee, small iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. Guess the flavoring.
All right. I was close last time. I'm gonna say
There's two.
two. Are they swirls or shots?
I'll give you a guess. They're two. The two flavors are unsweetened, and then I also have a milk.
Oh, you dirty bastard. All right. Oh no. Hazelnut. I want to say toasted almond. I don't know if that's a thing, but hazelnut and French vanilla
In the milk.
almond. Oh
Out.
no, almond. You had oat last time. I'm gonna say almond.
No. So I had oat milk, and then the two flavors were blueberry and vanilla.
Oh, I got one. I got vanilla, but damn, blueberries, dude. I would
Yeah.
not have gotten that. How is it? Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like not as sweet, but I don't like my coffee as sweet, only on occasion. But it's pretty good.
Okay, yeah.
Also, a good tip for Dunkin': if you're like me, you don't like your coffee as sweet. There's an advantage. All the unsweetened flavors, they don't add like that 60 cents per flavor shot. It's just no extra charge. So it's cool, and it's actually
That's
vanilla. They don't have a French vanilla unsweetened. It's just
Unsweetened.
the French vanilla, swirl, and shot are both sweetened, but they have like a distinguished vanilla unsweetened. So yeah,
Interesting.
I dig it. I might get another one later because might need the energy.
Dude, yeah, I'm low energy today as well.
Yeah. You, sir, I can see your drink
Me.
in the corner of your camera. Is it a green tea matcha latte?
You know, dude, that this one was a hard one to not get to
With
hide
all,
from you, but
do you with a 1% milk?
2%. You were so close.
Oh shit! Damn.
You were so close. I think actually, I didn't ask specifically for the milk, so it's whatever the default at Starbucks is. I think it's 2%. But it's, dude, I haven't had this like. Probably the last time I had it, we were recording something, so it's been a while.
Yeah, I need to mix mine up. I've just been getting like the small iced coffee. It's just been like, I know it's gonna give me the energy. It's like the right
Yeah, yeah.
size, and
It's reliable.
yeah, this is my third time going to second time going to Dunkin' this weekend. I got almost the same exact thing.
I think I went. Yeah, I think I also went one time this weekend to Starbies.
They started serving Starbucks at my office, and I went to the office this past week to have lunch
Okay.
with my colleagues, and we also had like a bunch of meetings. It's not like an actual Starbucks. It's kind of like where we had at Stonewall College, where they
Yeah.
just serve Starbucks products, and we get a $15 credit for lunch and like Starbucks
Every
too,
day?
every day if you come in the office. So, but you know me, I always go over because I'm a fat shit and I eat a bunch. What was I saying?
I heard shit. No,
Oh
you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about
Oh yeah,
$15
yeah.
credit at Starbucks.
I got a hot chai latte with I think oat milk.
Ooh.
It's been a while because usually those like go through me, and I have to gives me the runs. But
Yeah, dude.
as long as I have something to eat, I'm good.
Well, America does run on Dunkin', and that's exactly what it means, actually.
Yeah. How's your
Dude,
week, dude?
it was good. I had the runs right before we started recording. We delayed our recording because I had to go, and I was struggling, but I made it through. We're here now, dude. I had a solid week. Late in the week, like beginning of the week, I got some good stuff done. Ran some nice errands. Played a little basketball this week, dude. 0 for 5 on wins. I like every game
Oh
I
shit.
played, we
Yeah.
lost by like two, by one possession, by one or two. It was crazy. Just I don't understand how it happened.
Was that a league?
Um,
You play in a league?
it's not really a league. Like it's not an official league, but it's like 12 to 15 people who consistently go on Wednesdays. But we'll play like 5v5, and then loser,
Hops
like
off.
whoever's sitting. Say there's like 13 of us. Losing team will shoot the three people sitting out will automatically be in, and then the losing team will shoot for two people to stay on, and then we just keep rotating, which is honestly a pretty good time.
Oh, I miss
It's
doing that at
fun.
Stonehill, dude. Do you remember like just showing up to like the basketball courts? That was such a fun
It's
time.
so nice, dude, and you get to like play with everybody. Like you get and see like everybody's like style of play. It's honestly a good time. But I was unlucky on Wednesday, dude. I was hitting a couple shots, but I could not buy a win for my team to save my life.
Damn, I gotta find a
Happened.
open gym basketball or
Dude,
something,
come to New Jersey.
dude. We'll see.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll expense
yeah.
it on our business credit card
Dude, exactly.
because that's how credit
Um,
works.
and then my parents took a little weekend trip. Had a little couples vacay. They went to Dominican Republic, so I've been holding down the fort here at home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, I've been
Nice.
I've been protecting the house.
Yeah. Hold up. Is it their anniversary around this time?
No, that it was like a my dad's from the Dominican Republic, so it was like a Christmas gift to my dad because they haven't been there in a while. But like my mom's going, so I guess she kind of benefits from the Christmas gift as well. But it was like
Yeah.
because he's been asking to go back for like a little bit. He's like, man, we should go back, and I was like, you know what, you're right. But they left me here
Yeah. Oh my
out
God.
there.
Have you been back?
I haven't been probably in like I want to say like 5 years, 6 years maybe.
Oh wow.
But we used to go a lot, dude, when I was younger. We used to go like
Mm,
every 2 years or every year, like once a year, like every vacation.
I gotta.
So now, but it's been a little bit for me, dude. I'm excited to go back now that I'm older. I love
Yeah.
traveling.
I gotta. Last year I did a lot of domestic travel because I went to Massachusetts. Oh no, just once in March, and then I
Mhm.
went to LA like 3 times.
Dude, yeah, you were a globe trotter.
But yeah, I wanna do less domestic, and I'm saying I want to save up for a trip to the Philippines just so I can see all my relatives because I haven't been back since I was born.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I haven't been back since I was. Well, I've never been back, but I was 3 when I left, and I just got so many relatives that I haven't seen in person in so long. I want to
Yeah.
make that trip. Then I've got family in Victoria, near Vancouver, in Canada,
Ooh.
and it looks so pretty. And Canada, I love.
I
New
love
Canada.
Canada, dude.
It's
I
sick.
really love Canada.
Yeah, and I don't know. It'd be a different vibe. That's actually closer because Arizona, you just fly up north a couple
Uh,
hours and you're there. I think I gotta fly into Seattle and take a ferry. And
Dude,
Seattle,
that's actually another trip on my list. Yeah,
oh
Seattle.
Seattle, dude, we should meet up. We can go to the
I'm so
first
down.
Starbucks. The first Starbucks.
Yes, dude. Oh, that's like peak chai guys. Like that has
Yeah,
to happen.
the Chai Guy special vlog
The
in
chai guys,
Seattle.
the chai guys began in a Starbucks. So like the very idea was birthed in a Starbucks.
Yeah, it actually began. So, Peter had work. Well, we both had work like during the summer, but we would just
Mm,
be like, "You want to work remotely at the Starbucks next to our
yeah.
college?" So we went there. We grabbed our spot, the four-seater table right next to the door, and we would be doing work, but at the same time, we'd be just brainstorming the random stuff
Dude,
and distracting each other. I think no work was done when we were
I didn't
together.
do a lick of work. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna be totally honest. Like the good thing was it was like research, so like there was no like concrete work that like,
Yeah.
needed to get done by a certain day. But we did not, dude. We did literally. I did nothing. I remember we were brainstorming Halloween costumes
It
at
was
one of those
July,
days.
and we were looking up Halloween costumes.
Comic Cons. We were looking at so many Comic Cons, dude. We
Yeah.
also there was one of my favorite days. We went on a tangent. I think this was around when Disney Plus had first launched.
Yeah.
And so, so like everybody was like enamored by like that catalog that they had of like all of our shows from my childhood. And I remember I saw Wizards of Waverly Place on there, and we went on like a 2 hour tangent just talking about Wizards of Waverly Place and the lore of Wizards of Waverly Place.
It was so good. And like how the mechanics worked, like why the dad didn't have magic.
Dude,
And
I
that,
love that show.
yeah. If you were like a young viewer, you have probably no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's on Disney Plus, and you should
I
watch
didn't
it.
know it was on Disney Plus. Yeah. Yeah, I had the
You should
biggest
watch it.
crush on like Selena Gomez back
Dude,
then.
me too. That like
Yes,
is
yeah.
where I planted the seed for my crush on Selena Gomez. I had such a crush. Alex
Yeah.
Russo.
Yeah.
I was in love with Alex Russo.
And she was starting to get into music like around that time. Do you remember
Yeah,
that? Remember
dude,
when
that
Disney would like during the commercials would just show an actor from the TV show you're currently watching, and on that break it would just show like a small music video
dude.
of them performing.
I have a vivid memory of like one of Hilary Duff's songs. It had like the music video had rain. If anybody in the comments like knows what it was, the music video had like rain, and it was I was at like a Christmas party, and they had the Disney Channel on, like, and someone left it on, like, in some room of the house, and I was like really bored, and I was just sitting in that room, and I just remember seeing that music video, and it just lives in my head now.
Good
What
memories.
what a time to be alive, dude. But yeah, Selena Gomez and Selena Gomez. What's the name of the band that she had?
I don't know. The only thing comes to my head is "Come and get it when you're ready." Nah, da da, nah, da da. Oh man, that was a
And
bomb.
no, dude, the one that I think is underrated is like an underrated classic in my opinion. Hold on, Selena Gomez is where is this? Uh, dude, oh my God, I can't find the album. Oh, slow down, dude. Do you remember that song?
I don't know.
It's same album as Come and Get It.
Yeah, that was the only song I remember.
How is this coming through the mic right now?
I can't hear it at all.
Fuck. Well, I recommend Slow Down. It's a bop, dude. Yeah, and you'll recognize it when you hear it, 100%.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, dude, it's all the bottom. That's unacceptable.
Oh, the matcha.
That's it. It all settled.
Mm.
Um, dude, going off of the zodiac, not the zodiac, the New Year conversation.
Hmm.
Are you into like the zodiac business, astrology, if you will?
Oh no, no, not at all. Like,
Not at all.
not a hint of myself like is interested in that.
I like.
Are
I
you?
almost want to be. No, no, I almost like want to be more. But I like dabble. Like if someone I'm talking to is interested in it,
Hmm.
I'm more than happy to listen to it. Like I'm more than happy to listen to like I want to see the point of view and like I'm
Yeah,
curious about it.
I have
But
a hard time
I'm not
listening
really
to
into
it.
it. What did you say?
I just have a hard time listening. For this is not something against like astrology or anything, but just like I have a hard time just listening to it because I guess my take on life is I don't think I'm
I know,
influenced
yeah.
by external things like astrology and like when I was born, and I guess I have a pretty different perspective on how I go about life, and
Oh, I get that.
I know people. I know there's it's everybody sees life differently and perceives it, but yeah, like I feel like that I'm just fully in control of my life and I just do what I do, and the things I do is just like me, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty logical when it comes to that kind of sense, you know?
Yeah, I think that's actually why I enjoy listening to it because I'm the same way in that like I don't think like it doesn't make sense to be that like everybody born in this certain group would act like definitely like you're gonna find similar anytime it's like a big generalization like that you're gonna find similarities of course
Oh yeah.
um and I definitely think like you can be you like personality has always been like interesting to me in that like it's not genetic but like sometimes like you do get traits like passed down so like it's an interesting like psychologically like is it genetic is it not
Hmm.
genetic so I definitely think it could be affected by something like the moon like considering the moon gravity whatever I don't think that I don't really I'm not into astrology I don't think that it really like affects us that much but because I'm not I'm interested to see the perspective of people who do think that and like think like so like what else do you think like about life and personality
Yeah.
and
I
it's a cool to like bounce off each other.
yeah. I guess I just don't have the patience to like listen
Yeah.
to that side, and I don't like I'm not like shitting on it or anything. It's just that's just like how
No,
I
I get
see
you.
it. But I think you have the more patience to listen in. But I my opinion is it's just like a waste of time on my end. Nothing
I
wrong
can
with
see that.
it. People go, people believe things like religion, astrology. Oh, like, yeah, it's just
Oh,
some people.
100%.
Yeah,
I don't like the only people like I won't listen to is when people like dismiss people based on your zodiac sign. Like people are like, oh, like I could never date a Leo. Like
dude. Yeah,
that annoys me because then I'm like, okay, like
yeah.
like you just
Not.
like no to everyone born
Yeah.
between like the midway in July and midway August. You're like, nah.
This is gonna like. Not gonna lie. When I'm on Hinge and I see those kind of comments, um, like astrology comments, that's an automatic turn down for me. Like no matter
Oh
like
yeah, that's
how
fair.
hot you are, or how a good like your personality kind of seems nice. If you have some sort of like, if you're like really into astrology and that's how you like go by your life, like immediate turn down for me. Like
I
no,
get that. I think any like you said, like people believe in like religions and astrology and different things. Everybody has different belief system. But like if you I think anything that's like taken to that extreme of like, oh, like you are in this category, like something like arbitrary though, like when you were born, like you can't control that. Like no. That I can't get behind. Like I don't get it. Like I can't I don't see life that way, I guess. I just don't get it.
yeah. Have you like watch like any good protagonist in the movie? That like their most common conflict is like I can't change myself. I'm this way the whole time. Then the climax is when they realize
Yeah.
they can take control of their life and change, and they become a different person. Like
Yeah.
your life's not set in stone. Um, yeah, that was kind of on the extreme side, not extreme
Yeah, no, I
side,
know what
but
you mean though.
I don't have the patience for that kind of mindset in my life, and
Yeah.
I guess I look for people with the same like if people have the same values spiritually and religiously, it's just easier to
Yeah, yeah.
connect because you have that base in
If you
your
see
life.
life, if you see life a similar way,
Yeah.
like yeah,
So like nothing wrong with people who do astrology.
oh,
It's not
a
for
hundred percent no.
it's just not for me. It's yeah.
Yeah, you're into what you're into. Like no hate at all. I think it's interesting. I used to be obsessed with like, I didn't really know like the like spiritual side of it, but I used to be obsessed with crystals when I was younger and like gemstones. And I know there's people who like
Birthstones.
yeah, and people used to like who there's people who are like into crystals like and like believe in the properties they have for like healing or like different different aspects and like dude you like I'm not gonna look down on those people just because I don't necessarily believe it like they might be right like they might honestly have healing properties or like different other properties like I just don't know enough about it to like believe in it that way but like yeah
I
different
think
strokes for different folks.
I think it's all about just your environment and what makes you at peace. And
Yeah,
I don't like
yeah,
wearing this necklace. It's a cross. And I know you have one too. Like when I
yeah,
wear
yeah,
this, it makes me feel calm and safe. Like in my
yeah.
car, I have a rosary that my friend Jess gave me. Jess, shout out for
I
listening.
know Jets. Yeah.
Yeah, she gave it to me. So it's kind of like my mom and dad growing up. They've always had like a rosary attached to
Mhm.
the mirror in our car, and then just for like safe for a safe trip, especially like long drives. We do like a small prayer like before the
Yeah.
small drive, before that long like road trip happens, just to keep the trip safe. Yeah, just I don't know,
Yeah.
believe what you believe in, and
I think it yeah, I think it's really tied to family too. Like you said, like there's certain things that like are like a tradition that like I'll always believe just because like I like the people that I grew up with and like who raised me believe them. So like I'm like, yeah, like it's like a thing like don't put a hat on a bed. That's like apparently bad luck. Like my grandma believed that, and I know some people believe that. And I never do it. Like I just out of principle, I just will never do it.
I think it's because astrology to me just has a bad rap, and on my
It
end,
definitely does.
like I mean, well, it's kind of I'm being biased because I have a bad, like
Yeah.
I perceive it as I don't really care about it. It's because yeah, I guess it's not tied down to some sort of like religion or
hmm
anything. It just feels just like some made up like wacko crazy.
It's like I get
It's
what you're saying. I get your perspective.
that's why I'm not. I just kind of ignore it, and
Yeah.
I find it annoying. And
I get what you're saying. I get where you're coming from. I like it definitely has a. I think it definitely has a bad rap now with like. I don't know. I feel like it's like the like when you take it to the place of like, oh, like when you're anytime you're generalizing a whole group of anybody,
Oh yeah.
it's not gonna go well. Like I think that automatically you're gonna get a bad rap. Like no matter what it is, it's just like no one. I feel like no one wants to feel like they're just like either their path is predetermined or like you're putting them in a box based on something they can't control.
Hmm.
I feel like it's never gonna go well.
I do think it's fun to chat sometimes about it because I have friends who do like talking about astrology, and it's like sometimes it's cool just like chatting like, oh, like we could never be together because I
Yeah,
don't. Oh yeah, we're both Virgos.
we are both Virgos. Yeah,
Yeah,
we are both Virgos.
yeah, September, late September, and they're like, oh, why? Oh, because I'm this and this, and like
Yeah, like
it's fun
Virgos are
to it.
supposed to be very organized, and like I feel like you're pretty organized, and I'm not. Like that's like very interesting to me. Like I could
Yeah.
not be less organized.
Yeah. What? This is why I also. So yeah, I like the fun in it. It's fun because, like, there are the, I guess the description for the signs. They're so general that when a majority of them hit, you're like, oh my
Yeah,
god, this is real. But
and then you like believe it.
it's
Yeah,
like taking like a BuzzFeed character test. You know?
that's true. I do the what you said about like it's like fun to talk about. I think that if you're talking about it like for example, like you said, like oh we can never be together because something like if someone's like oh yeah apparently Virgos, and I don't know this guy. I'm just naming two random ones. But like, oh, like Pisces and Aquarius are like apparently romantically compatible. Like I think that's like fun and like interesting, and then being like seeing like why they're supposed to be, or like why these two like groups would be apparently very compatible as friends, but they're opposites romantically. I think like all that's fun, and I'm so happy to talk about that. Like and like see like the intricacies. I just think it gets if it gets to the point where you're like, oh no, I just won't. I'm not gonna give you a chance because you're Aquarius. Then it's like that seems crazy to me because like you're just not even. That's like watching not watching a movie because someone else didn't like it,
Oh
and then you're
yeah,
like, just like form your own opinion.
yeah, very true.
That's like how I think I see it.
What I do like personality tests. 16 personalities.
And that's
I
kind of
like
like
that.
the zodiac, by the way.
Yeah, it is kind of like a zodiac, but I like it better because you're asked like a bunch of questions, and um, it's it's like not predetermined. It's determined on how you answer your questions, and depending when you answer those questions in your life, you could change.
That's true. Yeah.
Kind of like the color test we did in Pure
In PM.
Mentor,
Yeah, that's what I was
whether
thinking
you're
of.
like an orange, blue, green, or
Gold. It's
gold.
gold.
But going back to 16 personalities, I've taken it the past 3 times. So I've taken it only in my college and early career. So within like the past 4 years, I've always been an ENTJ, I think.
Oh, an integer.
Yeah, integer. Yeah,
I'm gonna
and
look it up.
we actually took it as the Chai Guys to do some of our own like how can we work together as a child. We took it like what
Yeah.
a year or two ago, Peter. I told us that we should
Probably
take it.
two now. Yeah.
Yeah, we should retake it, but yeah, it's just seeing our strengths and weaknesses, and I like that a lot better because I think it's more accurate to
So you're a commander,
yeah.
an ENTJ. You extroverted, intuitive, thinking, and judging. That's what it stands for. So you're decisive, and you love momentum and accomplishment.
Yeah,
You
and
gather information to construct your creative vision.
do you remember yours, Peter?
I don't remember mine. I no wait. I think
If you sign
I'm
in,
I'm either in the. Oh, you're right. Oh, you're
yeah,
a
yeah.
genius.
While you look for it, I'm gonna take a piss break. I'm
All
gonna take
right.
a bathroom break. Oh my god.
I'm gonna
Excuse,
piss.
excuse my language. Dude, this is a good segue.
Good shit.
Did you
Dude,
find yours?
I really enjoy talking about this stuff. Like I was telling someone the other day, I love maybe I was just talking to myself, the voices in my head. I don't know, losing my mind. I was talking about like how I love to talk to people who have totally different perspectives on certain things.
Hmm.
Like there's some things no, but like stuff like this, like zodiacs or like spirituality. I just love seeing everybody's point of view. But I did find mine. I am a ENFP and then
Oh.
FUPA T dash hyphen T. So there's two kinds of this. This is a campaigner, apparently it's called. There's an A,
Hmm.
which is not me. I don't know what A means. I can't find it. And there's a T, which is turbulent.
Oh yeah, there's two. Yeah, there's two per 16 personality.
But where's the? I can't find what the A stands for. But oh, what's the difference? What's the difference? Assertive and turbulent. Yeah, definitely. Turbulent. I feel like is. Oh wow. Turbulent campaigner super. This is a loaded website. Everybody, if you want to find out what we're talking about, go to 16personalities.com.
Yeah,
It's very
it's
interesting.
there's a bigger test you do on paper. I think you can do online too, but it's a lot more questions. But this is more of
Yeah.
like it's more approachable and it's less in your. It's like less.
Yeah. Mine
It.
is. Oh no, keep going, keep going.
Oh, I was gonna say it's just a shorter test, but it's filled with good information still.
And it's still like, it's still pretty girthy. Like I feel like this took me like 15
Hmm.
minutes, 20 minutes. Like it took me like a solid amount of time.
Yeah, I forgot
Um.
if I was a ENTJT or A, but yeah, after taking the test and like three times past a couple of years, like yeah, that this is me. And the weaknesses, yeah, I see. I'm very logical thinking.
Mhm.
What so I'll share the commanders that like celebrity commanders that you can share yours.
Ooh, yeah, hit me.
Steve Jobs,
Okay.
Gordon Ramsay, Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey. I think is I haven't watched a lot of his movies, but him, I always see like videos of interviews with him. He is.
Hmm.
I like the way he talks, and he's very well spoken.
He's also very assertive. Like the description that we gave of like a commander, you can see that in the way that he talks in interviews. Like he's very sure of his opinion, and
Yeah.
like he seems like someone you can't really move him off of his opinion. Like
Hmm.
for better or for worse, like he like very much sticks to his set of beliefs. He's very adamant in that.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of see it there earlier in the episode when I was like very adamant about my position about
The zodiac.
astrology.
Yeah.
And what I think one of the biggest celebrities that fictional character in this case that I really relate
Yeah.
to is Doctor Strange.
I was just looking at that.
Like Doctor Strange is probably one of like my favorite superheroes because of his journey, and I relate to it so much because
Hmm.
I in like similar ways. That's kind of how I was at the beginning of his story and how he grew. And after you, sir, what are your celebrities?
I like that connection that you made there. Um, well, let me just say first that a campaigner, the description is, oh, well, I lost it. An enthusiastic, creative, and sociable free spirit can only always find a reason to smile, which I honestly think is pretty accurate. I also am gonna retake it before our next episode because it's been 2 to 3 years. So I want to see if it changed. But my celebrities, dude, I have a murderer's row here. Robert Downey Jr., Robin Williams, which is easily the greatest compliment I could. Like, if I'm compared to Robin Williams, I'm so happy because I love his outlook on life.
Hmm.
I just, oh,
It's really cool, isn't
man,
it?
rest in peace.
You will also see going through YouTube Shorts or Reels. Um, you'll see his videos of like interviews and him talking about
Yeah,
life too. Him and Jim Carrey. Damn, it's crazy.
dude, I could watch Robin Williams talk about life all day.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino, I have a lot of actors, a lot of creatives.
Yeah.
Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah. Any fictional characters?
Oh wait, hold
Because
on.
for some reason I
I've
was.
Will Smith. Oh no way, no way! This made my day, dude. I have in a row. This one is more for the audience than me because I will say I have not watched The Office front to back. I'm sorry
Same
for
here.
anyone that upsets. I have tried, and I've heard that it's not that great at the beginning, and it kind of heats up. I got to get over that hump still, so I'll get there. I promise. But in a row, I have Michael Scott from The Office, Phil Dunphy from Modern Family, and I don't know if you watch Modern Family, Jerry, but Phil
Dude,
Dunphy
yeah, he's hilarious.
is the ideal father in my opinion.
Yeah. I've only watched. I think I watched like a third of Modern Family through YouTube Shorts or
I
Reels.
love that. That show is in S tier for me with New Girl and like
Yeah.
Parks and Rec is probably right below, but Modern Family like can't miss, and Spider Man,
Oh, I see that, dude.
which like makes me happy, dude. That's five. I think that I think reading and watching so much Spider Man when I was a kid, like almost made him like a role model, and so I think that my personality going in that way makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It's crazy how personalities work because I know me and you are kind of on the same page. No. I think we're on the same page because the earlier this
With how they
episode,
work.
like how like your life's not predetermined and you can take control
Yeah.
of it, but you do have a certain set of personalities like through genetics or like
Mhm.
so you have that portion, like you like taken from your oh bless you,
Thanks.
like personality from parents because I see a lot of my personalities from my parents, of course that's like obvious, right?
Yeah.
But you also have like your environment and people you look up to, and just like the fusion of that is it's cool how personalities work.
Dude.
It's internal and external. That's what I'm getting at.
And I always I've taken I took in the summer child psychology class, and like it's not supposed to be, if I remember incorrectly, let me know, but it's not supposed to be genetic. But like if like with that theory, like then when you are a baby and you're born, like every baby like has a certain set of mannerisms and I guess like what is a personality, I guess. Like it's such an abstract concept. But like what if it's not genetic, then what do you have like right out of the womb, you know?
Yeah. So it's
Like do you have like no personality basically, like a blank slate like some people think?
no babies have that personality though.
Like I feel like they're like I feel like baby A, you could take two random babies into a room and baby A and baby B are different.
Hmm.
So then, like, what is that like personality wise? And then what does that come down to if it's not genetic? It's very interesting to me, dude. But like you said, like I have like certain personality traits from my dad, certain from my mom, certain from uh characters in books, movies, and TVs that I watched when I was little.
Do you
And then
look up to? The thing is, a lot of superheroes I look up to are similar personalities to me. So, but I've always thought, well, can't superheroes inspire you and change your personality or influence your personality when your personality isn't mature enough in your life yet? Like, let's say you're five and you watch a lot of
Yeah.
Spider-Man or Batman. Will that influence the way you grow up? Or is your personality determined and you know what I'm saying?
You connect with certain ones because you have that personality.
Yeah. So it's like the
Oh.
chicken or the egg in this situation.
Yeah.
It's like kind of hurting my brain because okay,
Yeah.
this is actually like a tangent I kind of want to get into. It relates to it, but
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about our favorite superheroes and why,
Mhm.
but also like representation of superheroes and actors in Marvel in this case because you know it's
Yes.
but yeah,
I know where you're going. Yeah.
I love Iron Man. I love Doctor Strange. Um, well, who else was I gonna? And Star Lord.
Hmm.
And I think their
And Thor,
personalities. Oh yeah, and Thor.
because you're big on Thor. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd say I liked Tony Stark and Doctor Strange because of their personalities. Because I relate to them. They're very logical
Hmm.
thinking. They don't let their
Yeah.
emotions really affect them. They're always logical thinking. Their character developments. That's why I like them. And
Yeah.
yeah, how about you?
I, well, I'm the opposite in that my favorite hero, Spider-Man, is like the stereotypical let your emotions affect your decision making. Like so, and then it could be. I feel like for both cases, which like is told in the stories, like whether you're looking at the movies or the comics or whatever medium, is a positive, and it could be a positive, and it could be a negative. Like for Spider-Man, he lets his emotions dictate his decision making, influence his decision making, and that can be great in going off of instinct and gut and like doing the right thing, quote unquote. And it can also be terrible in that it's a kind of a weakness. Like you go after somebody he cares about, and like now that becomes his focus, and you can distract him that way. And then with Iron Man and Doctor Strange, who take the very logical, like empirical approach, it can be in strength in that you're very like objective in your thinking, kind of, and like you have a goal, and like you're pragmatic. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
And but it can be a weakness in that sometimes you might not be a great team player. Like Doctor Strange, I feel like huge part of his arc in Iron Man is that they don't work well in a team at the beginning. They have to learn how to work in a team because they're like, this is the mission, let's get it done this way. Like no, like who cares about the collateral damage? So I think it's very interesting. But dude, to answer the question about do they influence you, or do you gravitate towards them because
You are similar
you're already like that?
personalities.
That's so interesting to me.
Yeah. Well, let's see. So my other two favorite superheroes from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Star-Lord and Thor. It's because
Yeah.
their movies are based around space most of the time. And I just think they're just such cool characters to look up to. They're just so cool in many ways. And I guess I'm an extrovert, and they both are, but I don't fully relate to them. But I'm just so like attached, not attached, but I'm so drawn to them.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird.
Dude, you know what's like I think it's this is gonna be a loaded like sentence or two, but I think it's very mixed in that like I think there's some characters that you're drawn, not you specifically, but like people are drawn to because you are similar to them, like just at your core, and so you like relate. And then I think there's some characters that you're drawn to because you want to be more like them. And I think there's two sets. And like for example, like I think I'm drawn to Spider-Man kind of for both. Like he's like me like in a base sense, and then the things that he does, the way that he carries himself are things that I aspire to be more like. But then there's characters like like James Bond, who like is like I aspire to be that level of just like calm, cool, and collected and suave. Like I'm not anything like James Bond, but like the like certain ways that characters do certain things, or like oh man, dude, I'm blanking, but I'm thinking like not like a Thor, like maybe I don't know. I'm just there's like characters that you kind of like are like, oh, I kind of wish I was more in that way. Like I was quicker with words, or like I wish I was that good at like tech stuff, and like you kind of gravitate towards them because you like want to shoot towards that ideal.
That's a perfect way to put it, dude.
It's
Yeah,
like that's what I was thinking. Once you said the Thor and the Star Lord thing, like that
yeah.
kind of that's what I thought of in my head. Like
It's a nice
oh, that'd be
balance.
yeah.
Maybe since maybe I'm so logical and just so like gun ho and achieving my goals. Here's my plan.
Mm,
Like you know me, Peter. I'm very
yeah.
I'm very commanderish like in my life. But yeah, Star Lord, they're more laid back. Star Lord and Thor, they're more laid back. They're just cool. They're both
Yeah.
buff as fuck.
Yeah.
And
Dude, I also think something you probably like at least are like subconsciously that draws you to them is Star Lord and Thor are two of the heroes that most have like a like they really have a focus on like family, whether it's found family or like biological. They like their a lot of their characters revolve around the people they care about, and like you're very close to your family, and then obviously you have a lot of friends, so it's like very like in that way they're very similar. You guys are very similar in that like you have like a core. Like Guardians is all about like obviously like family and like your found family, and like that's very. I feel like that's also a part of it.
yeah. Oh, thank you, dude. That was very
Dude,
well
of course, yeah.
said. Oh man, I love talking about heroes and stuff.
Dude, same. That's yeah. That's such a good time, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude. Oh man, that was such a good point you made.
dude, thank
Uh,
you.
so
My child psychology class, dude, paid off. Shout out to NYU.
so who do you I guess like what Marvel. So I know I know since I met you, Peter, you love Peter Parker and Spider Man,
Dude, I
and that's
love
like a
that guy.
character you relate to. But who are some characters you look up to that not necessarily like are the same personality type as you, but you strive
Mhm.
to be? You mentioned James Bond, but what are some Marvel heroes?
I feel like Marvel heroes. Ooh, dude, that's a good one. That's a good question. I think Iron Man in that I think he's very Iron Man. I what I like about Iron Man is he's cocky definitely, but he's confident like in a way of that like his cockiness works for him in that if there's a problem he knows how smart he is. He's like I there's no problem I can't solve.
Hmm.
So like he is so he like thinks outside the box and he like is very relentless in trying to solve a problem that even if someone's like, oh, it's unsolvable, that just makes him want to solve it more. I like that, like the kind of the never give up, like kind of like you can figure it out. There's some way to figure it out. So Iron Man, um, I don't know what part of him I strive to be like, but I've really been loving Daredevil. Like I recently watched the Marvel Netflix Daredevil,
Hmm.
and I just like I don't know. I just am such a fan of like his character's personality. I don't really know why, but dude, who else? Thor definitely I love.
Yeah,
You know I love me some Thor.
maybe
Oh, I
find.
love Captain America,
Oh
dude.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's just man,
Oh, I
Chris
know who I was
Evans.
thinking of actually.
Yeah.
I feel like I like Captain America. Like I like the obviously the never give up type of thing that I could do this all day. And also how like he he's always the type of leader that like sticks up for other people on the team. Like the whole Civil War, like Wanda being imprisoned in the Stark, like in her room, basically. Like even if it doesn't logically make sense, like he'll fight for the rights of everyone, like the human rights of everyone. But then if you take that nobility and kind of move it to like a more of a like I don't know, like grander sense, Black Panther, dude. I mean, what a character. Like I feel like he's a king and that's like always something to like he's not only a superhero, he also is the king and the ruler of a nation.
Hmm.
And I love like I feel like he makes the tough decisions sometimes. Like he like even if it's he's not gonna make him popular, he's like, I gotta do that. And I feel like I strive to be that more in that I can be too much of a people pleaser sometimes.
Hmm.
And he like kind of knows when to be like, nah, like we gotta do it this way.
He's so cool. Oh man. I
Regal.
one of the to go off like Black Panther. I also look up to him. I don't know why I didn't mention him, but it, of course he's obviously like such a cool character, and like
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman did an amazing job. I'm drawn to his character because of how good of like a son and brother he is.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Yes, dude. Yeah.
that's what gets me
Yeah.
emotional when when watching Black Panther, dude. Like how good of
Yeah.
a brother he is to Shuri, how he respects his mother and father. Oh
Yeah.
man, like because that's like at the end of the day, like that's how I want to be through life. Like be a good
Yeah.
brother, be a good son. That's why I get so emotional watching that, dude.
I 100%. Yeah, I 100%. Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I want to say something. Is it too early to spoil Wakanda Forever? It's been out for like 3 months now, 2 months.
yeah. And it's about to be in Disney Plus.
Like, you know, I'll wait. Like, because I know some
Oh,
people are still not comfortable going to theaters.
oh yeah, true,
So
true.
there's probably a lot of people who are waiting for Disney Plus. So I'll wait a little bit, but I agree with what you're saying about like the familial aspect of like Black. Like he's loyal, dude. Like he's loyal
Yeah,
to his people and like just of his nation, and then specifically to his family, and like his decision making is also based on that, dude. I also want to shout out Mr. Namor,
yeah.
Mr. Namor, if you will. If you're going from the comics, I am such a fan of that character, and like that he's like the other side of the coin that he's loyal to his people, and like he's willing to like if you cross his people, he will kill you. Like
Hmm.
like because you disrespected my people. Dude, they like I
He,
wouldn't say I look up to him,
yeah,
but I love the character.
he was. I know he's like an anti-hero, and not necessarily a villain, but a villain to Wakanda Forever. He was scary, dude.
dude. That he like I came out of that theater like and I was like, that's one of those movies where like The Dark Knight. Like I wasn't rooting for the villain,
Hmm.
but the villain was probably my favorite character in the movie. Like I left and I was like, that was a great villain. Like and he like is formidable to the point where you're like, oh, our hero, the hero of the story, like you kind of think they're gonna survive because it's their movie, but you're like, I don't know if they're gonna win this one.
Yeah,
I love that. I love those villains.
he was such a badass,
Dude,
especially in that
I'm gonna
the
go.
glass
Yeah,
scene. Oh fuck, I can't, I can't
I know. Yeah, I know.
spoil.
Dude,
Yeah.
I want to be. I'm gonna just be. I'm gonna be in the gym 3 times a week so I can look like Namor and be that for Halloween. Just walk around with my shirt off.
Dude, the wings on his feet too. Do it, dude.
Dude.
Yeah. Oh man, Halloween costumes. I didn't really do anything for Halloween last year, but
And
I wanna do something for Halloween. I wanna like dress up as somebody like cool.
dude, I want to like throw a Halloween. I want to be that friend that throws the Halloween party, and like there's a theme every year.
Yeah, dude. Let me
I,
know. I'll fly out.
dude, I'll let you know.
I think I want to go to the East Coast for Halloween this year. I want to go to back to the East Coast, see you and everybody else, either for New
Dude, yeah.
Year's or Halloween, because those are just my like you
Those
know
I think are the two best holidays to like be around friends,
yeah, like Christmas and Thanksgiving. That's like family, you know.
family. Yeah,
Spend time with family.
dude, 100%. Oh, dude, I might do a little. I might dabble with a quick segue here, but I am a little teeny tiny whore for themed parties, themed
Mm,
house parties.
yeah,
Dude, there's something about that I just like. I think it also that fits the niche of Stonehill very well, and
yeah.
that like every party was like it was like not like a frat party. It was more like an intimate setting because there was less people,
Hmm.
and like when they had themes, dude. Oh man, I like it. I eat that up. I love that,
Yeah. Oh yeah, we threw some theme parties ourselves. You know, when we
dude.
were
Fancy
upperclassmen,
night.
fancy night. We don't talk about it.
We don't talk about fancy night, but I loved me some
Yeah, let's
fancy
just say I had a fun night that night.
Jerry had a good time, yeah.
Oh
Yeah. Oh, that was a good dude. That was a good superhero talk
yeah.
to go off of our personality talk. But yeah, I to bring it full circle, I really enjoy thinking about like different personality types and all that. And I definitely agree that I think the way that I see personality more aligns with the like 16 personality test than it does with Zodiac
Hmm.
because it like you said it's more like it's the reverse. I feel like a Zodiac is you were born at this time,
Hmm.
so you're like this, and then in the 16 personality you're giving your information about how you are and then it's putting you in that group after,
Yeah,
which is
at a
more like
certain point
my
in
pop.
time, because
Yeah.
if I took that test like in middle school, high school, college, and early professional career, I'd probably be the same college. Well, I was the same college and early professional career, but I'd probably be different middle school and high school. It's interesting.
100,
It's
yeah.
based on your environment affects you. Like let's say like in the future, in a possible future, um, Jerry was a dad. Talking of third
Dude,
person
Jerry,
here. If I took that
Father
test,
Jerry.
if I took that test, maybe I would lean towards away from a commander and be more, more forgiving and less logical and let my feelings into my life more. But
Dude,
yeah, it's cool. Like yeah,
yes.
I can't even think about kids right now or even getting
Dude,
married. So
I'm a child.
that's just a very parallel universe or
Dude,
in time.
oh man, I've been wanting to like I always think of like, oh man, if I were gonna make a movie ever, what would it be? Or like, what are ideas? And this, like, I've always thought of kind of like I can spoil No Way Home because that's been a
Mhm.
year. So, but like, kind of like, you know how like in No Way Home, there's like three Peters,
Mhm.
all at different stages in being Spider-Man, and like the two older ones kind of help young Peter figure out like how to be Spider-Man. I would love to make a movie like that, but it's not superheroes. It's like you or me, and like you have younger you, and then like older you, and just like seeing how they're like. to go to your point, they're three different people basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like middle school me and me right now are like almost two different people, and like they share like a common like couple threads, but like completely different personality because you just go through so much more experience and you know more and you meet different people, and like I feel like thinking about like what were we 12 middle school
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
like early high school, or let's say like last year, like I was like 13 in like eighth grade. Like that's 10 years. 13 to 23 was 10 years. And then imagine like how much you changed in those 10 years. And then imagine 23 to 33. And then like I like to think about like how are you going to be when you're like 33? Like just personality wise, like what experiences are you going to have gone through that like shape you? Like you said, kids potentially, marriage potentially, and like whatever else you
Or
did.
like negative events, like traumatic events
Exactly.
that can
Yeah.
change you, like a death in the family or just a traumatic experience that can have a huge effect on your personality.
So interesting. Like I feel like if you walked into a room and everybody in that room was you 10 years apart, it's like such an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Like say like you like lose someone. Like you said traumatic event. Say you lose someone between 23 and 33. And like so like 33-year-old you is like very jaded. Like very fresh off of losing that person. Very like kind of cynical. And then you meet like 53-year-old you who now has come more to terms with like with that grief and is like more mature and like they're very like they took that like event as more of a like live life to the fullest kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they're very like even keeled, very like it is what it is, very like take life as it comes to you, and those are two such different that's so interesting. I can talk about that all day. I could honestly talk about that all day.
I know. So we gotta take. Let's retake the personality test. I think we're gonna get a similar result. I'm still kind of in the same mindset I was like a year ago, I think. But
Yeah.
we'll see. Anything can happen, you know.
Dude, anything can happen. I also actually I'll save that for a recommendation part of the portion of the old show.
Oh, I've got that recommendation ready.
Oh baby.
Yeah. I guess. Let's see. Get some a bit more time. This is
Yeah.
this is a. Well, I want to bring this up, but I don't want to make it like a. It's a big topic, but I think we can cover it a little
You
bit.
could dabble a little.
We
Yeah,
we,
okay.
we talked about this offline from the podcast as well, but representation in movies. But let's stay on topic about like Marvel and superhero movies because that's what we
Keep
talked
it.
about.
Yeah.
It's basically just a nice what do you call it, like data set to pick from because everybody knows, most people
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
Marvel.
it's big in pop culture. Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah. But you know, people make a big deal about representation in movies about
Mhm.
different cultures, different races. I guess here's my take on it, and I think I told you this before. Like, it doesn't matter as much to me because you know, with my favorite heroes, as I mentioned earlier this episode, like
Yeah.
Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Star Lord, and
Yeah.
Thor. None of them are Asian Americans.
Oh wait, yeah.
Oh, and Black Panther.
Yeah, all different races than you.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
those are probably like close to my top five. And like Shang-Chi, who recently came out like 2 or 3 years ago, he's in my top 10, but not top five. But you like,
Mhm.
I guess what representation in my sense, like
Yeah.
it does matter. You know, I love seeing Asian Americans on the screen,
Yeah.
but I'm not necessarily like he's gonna be like he or she's gonna be like my favorite one. You know?
Only because of representation. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's just my thoughts. That's just been in my head this past week.
Yeah.
So I don't have like a set in stone opinion, not opinion, but just how to explain it. But
Yeah.
maybe hearing your side, like your perspective,
Yeah.
will help.
No, I definitely think like everything else, it depends on the person. Like it definitely depends not only on the person, but it depends on the character. Like I don't think that like I think when some people think here representation matters, they think it's gonna be like you see someone on screen that looks like you're automatically gonna relate to them and they're automatically gonna be your favorite. And that's just not the case. Cause like and you see that like with like if you're white and there's how many white superheroes are there? Like most obviously most of them.
Yeah.
You're not gonna relate with every single one perfectly just because they're white, like, or just because they're whatever nationality or ethnicity you are, or just because they're whatever gender you are. It like also depends on their actual personality, obviously. But it's I think what makes it so important is that you like there's a lot of experiences that are pretty universal to a ethnicity or gender
Mm.
that like you just don't see represented if you're not like I feel like the first time I I never I was like when we started like diversifying Marvel movies like
Mm.
when Marvel was like starting to get good at it like get their shit together. I feel like I didn't quite like I knew it was important but I never like felt the importance like personally. I never had it affect me. And for me, I was always like, it's really important for like the kids growing up, like
Yes. Yeah.
to see like a hero that looks like you, because now you're like, oh my god, like I could be a hero. Like I feel like that's really the main
Yeah.
importance.
Yeah.
But I think the first time, dude, it like really hit me was not even Black Panther, dude. It was in Infinity War. I remember the scene where it was like they're talking about how to get the Mind Stone out of Vision. And Captain America's like, "Oh, I know a place." And then it cuts to Wakanda, dude. But it cuts specifically to the back of Chadwick Boseman's head. And dude, I remember seeing his like nappy hair, and I was like, "That's crazy," because I never thought about. Like, I was like, "Oh, that's my hair." Like, I was like, "That's what my hair looks like," and I never thought about. It never hit me until that very moment, and I was like, I understand the representation there. Like, you're like, that's like that could be me on screen, like. And that's like just I don't know, it's like very inspiring, I think.
Hmm.
That's like what I think is important. Like it's like you like you can a lot easy you it's a lot easier to put themselves in your shoe put yourself in their shoes. And you're like that person. And then when they like do like for example, like there's like a Latin superhero and they have certain like family like aspects. Like not even superheroes, really quick to dabble, like Coco. Dude, I
Hmm.
remember like seeing the movie Coco and being like, that I understand that like family dynamic. Or Encanto, dude.
Hmm.
We were talking about this. Like Encanto, I remember seeing Encanto and being that movie hit me so personally because that's my family dynamic. And
Oh
I was like,
yeah.
that can't be. I was like, that can't be replicated. If I mean, it could be, but like, it's very unlikely for that to be replicated if the family in Encanto, if it's about like an all-white family or an all-black family or an all-Asian family. It's just specifically, it's all Latin family, and I'm like,
Hmm.
I relate to that, and it's
Yeah.
like so like, like my like Into the Spider-Verse, dude, to go back to superheroes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Miles is like family like dynamic. That little touch, like it's in like 5 minutes in the movie. That little touch makes me relate to that character so much more.
I
And you're
think
like,
it's like
oh
not in your
yes,
face. It's not the core of the movie.
yeah,
It's what do you call it? It's just not It's not naturally there. It's organically. It's not.
yeah, organically,
Organically part of the story. It doesn't take
yeah,
away. It adds to the story, but it's just like you said, like that 5 minutes of like showing the family that like it just connects viewers and the audience more
yeah.
who are from that background or nationality.
I think anytime it's like in your face to the point like when it's not organically like you can
Yeah.
tell when the what's the word, dude, when it's like the intent is to just do representation to do
Like a
representation, like to check a
checkbox.
box. Yeah,
I
I did
hate
exactly.
that, dude. Yeah.
That's when it's bad because the people you're trying to represent know you can see through it. Like it's not there's no heart in there. It's when you're like this is just a character that happens to be
Hmm.
blank. Like the movie's not about them being Hispanic or like Asian, black, male, female, gay, straight. It's about a character who happens to be these things, and then
Hmm.
you're like that. It feels like a real character. It feels like a real person. Like it doesn't feel like you're just trying to check a bunch of boxes and like make a stereotype of that group.
Hmm.
That's when I think it's so important there, dude. Because then it's like also a well written character, dude. No matter what they are, anyone can relate to them.
Oh
Which
yeah.
is like just proof in that we're both minorities, and so us growing up, dude, every superhero was white
Yeah.
and male, white and male, and
Yeah.
we were like, okay, like we can still relate to like certain these superheroes. Like I still relate to Spider Man.
Yeah.
It just is like it's like a different level of relating, kind of. Like anyone should be able to relate to any superhero. It's just that you feel a little more seen and you feel more represented when they like you can tell someone is writing a character that's like you,
Hmm.
like with like love and care, and you're like, oh, that makes you feel good. I feel like that's
Yeah. Yeah. It was weird. I thought I would have that moment with like Shang-Chi.
yeah,
I love the movie. It was a great movie, and I
yeah,
like the just like any. I love kung fu movies. Like my
hmm,
dad like will always watch it at home, so I'm drawn to that. But
yeah.
this is like where it's like in this case like I'm not that interested in the Shang Chi character in the
I get yeah,
comics. You know, I think it's
yeah,
cool. Simu Liu, he's cool. He's ripped. That's like the body I strive
yeah.
for. Um, but he's not like really like in my top five heroes that I
Like
have to, you know?
you know the scene, like speaking of like those like 5 minute scenes, the scene where it's him at Katie's house,
Hmm.
like, and I think that scene, the purpose of that scene was to really highlight like the Asian
Yeah,
American
I
experience.
relate to that scene.
I feel like that's like the crux of that, like what we're talking about, and that like you relate to that scene,
More than
but
like
you
the
just don't
character.
empathize, you just don't relate to the character's personality.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It didn't feel like in my face at all, and I,
yeah, yeah,
you know,
100%.
like the whole movie did not feel like in my face. Like, oh, here's like Asian representation, like in your
Yeah,
face
yeah,
all the time. It was genuinely, I thought it was a good movie, good, like pretty good
yeah.
story. But yeah, like yeah, I'm glad. Maybe it's good that it wasn't in my face and I didn't like, you know.
Yeah,
But
dude, I think it was because I think that's like I don't know. I don't like when you're writing. I think when you're writing like a character that's not like the baseline, which like in superheroes is obviously like straight white dude.
mhm,
Like historically, you can't like you can't go out there like trying to purposely make it different. You just basically just like no, this is just a person who comes from a different background. We're still writing like a full character, a fleshed out character. They just have this different background, and you write the character just like a character. Like you don't have any ulterior motives, kind of,
mhm,
and then it comes off, and then then like it comes off the right way. You're representing that group the right way.
yeah,
Because like I, personally, like I don't want the whole movie to just be like an advertisement for being Latino. Like I
yeah,
just I don't like I don't I just want the movie to be a movie like and that character happens to be like me and I'm like that's awesome. I love that. I relate. Like Namor, dude, when he was like talking in his sexy accent, I was getting
yeah,
hyped. I was like so excited. I was like, this brown man on screen is kicking ass.
mhm,
And it's not cause he's brown. He just happens to be a brown dude kicking ass. And I was like, that's cool. Cause like I get a little more hype that he's brown and kicking ass. Cause
yeah.
I'm brown. Like I was like, yeah, that's sick. Like but I didn't like. I'm not like excited just because he's Latin.
Yeah,
I'm like, he's a dope character regardless, and I'm extra excited
mhm.
that like it happens to be just really cool representation from like my ethnicity, from my group of people.
I guess I do have that instances. Oh, okay. So a few examples. Drax.
Mhm.
I just love seeing him on screen, Guardians of the Galaxy, because he's just such a funny character. I know he's an alien, but he's played
Yeah,
by like a Filipino American Batista, who's sick.
yeah,
And I've been a fan of Batista since when I used to watch like wrestling, like SmackDown and Raw, and just seeing him on screen being
yeah.
like a popular Marvel actor, that like hypes me up. Like that's sick,
Exactly, dude.
you know.
Exactly.
But I also kind of get this, but I'm kind of drawn and interested to Asian characters in like the Marvel films, like
Yeah,
Jimmy, Cersei, and Wong. Oh, fuck.
we
Every
loved.
time I
Yeah.
see him on screen, dude. Well, first of all, Cersei is sexy. Gemma
Oh
Chan,
my, Emma Chan.
like she was like my like celebrity crush for a
I
good
think
bit.
if I saw like if Gemma Chan like came to talk to me, I would
I
freeze. Dude.
know,
I would literally
dude.
pass out.
Yeah, but and obviously like Simu Liu, he's great. And it's just weird. Like I think I think I have like a better idea of it, and yeah, I am happy to see
Yeah.
more Asians on screen. It's awesome, but it's not like I like them. I can't explain it. You know what I'm trying to get like.
Yeah, like it's not like the most important thing to you.
It's not the most important thing, but it just makes me happy knowing that.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Dude,
you know,
100%. I think that's the core of good representation.
yeah,
Like I think like where it's not the most important like representation in a perfect world, it shouldn't be a conversation. It should just happen.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you should just represent the world the way it is. Like there should be different characters in a like it's a universe, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Obviously, there should be characters of every race and gender and sexual orientation because that's how the world is. Like it just
yeah. It kind
like
of
and it
reminds.
shouldn't have to be a conversation. It's unfortunate that it
Mhm.
has to be because there was a lack of those characters before.
It reminds me of okay, I think I know this feeling. I know how to relate this feeling. So like when I go to like an open gym volleyball, right?
Hmm.
Like a bunch of like adults and stuff. There happens to be like a good amount of Filipinos playing. So like that connection and that energy and like how you feel, that's kind of how I feel because like there's like not many. I think the Filipino population in the U.S. it has its hot spots like L.A.
Hmm.
But it's pretty low. But like when you find somebody from the same background
Yeah,
as you, it's kind of like sick. It's like it's such a happy feeling. Like oh yeah, let's go. Like
yeah.
you know.
I 100% get that. I feel like when I meet, like if I meet somebody out, like I've never met them before, and we're talking like already mid conversation, and like let's say like I'm just enjoying their presence already, like we're just like having a conversation. If I then like learn after the
Yeah.
fact that we're already talking that they're also Latino, I'm like excited. I'm like, oh no way!
Yeah.
Now we share this like core part of like our personalities that like you've probably gone through some of those experiences that I've gone through. Like you kind of get an extra connection in that way.
Yeah, it's full circle because that's actually like one thing I look for in somebody. That's why I'm kind of drawn. I'm drawn to people with the same kind of religious beliefs as me. I'm not that religious,
Yeah, yeah,
but my parents are religious. So if
yeah,
someone's
I
like
get what you're saying.
Catholic or
Like
Christian, I'm drawn to
spiritual
them
kind of, yeah,
because we have the same baseline. But I'm also drawn to them if they're like Asian or even better like
yeah,
Filipino. Like we hit it off. Like oh, like personality. Oh man, yeah,
100%. Like I feel like I just get excited. And also like I remember specifically like with Black Panther Wakanda Forever, dude. Like Namor's not Latino in the comics. And I remember thinking like, oh, I think they're probably like hearing like rumblings like Namor was going to be the villain, and I was like, that'd be sick just because Namor's cool. And then when they were like, they're making like a decision to change Atlantis to Talocan and like make him of Mexican descent, I was like, oh, that's sick. Like now I'm more excited. I was already excited for Namor, but now I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to see how they're gonna do this. And then like get into the theater and now he's like speaking Spanish and like he's doing like certain things and you're just like, oh dude, like that's like it's like everybody can enjoy it, but for you specifically, you just enjoy it a little more. Like that like
yeah,
little part, like you're just like that's just a cool little thing that I'm relating to. Like
yeah. Oh man, that
I love that.
yeah, I'm glad we brought this up because I know you would have. I know we talked about it before, but I knew you would like bring some more like
Dude, yeah,
perspective.
no,
You
yeah,
you
very,
explain
yeah.
it. You explain it a bit more better than me. I've sometimes trouble like getting thoughts out into words, especially with these kind of topics. It's hard, you know.
And I think it's because I've thought about it so much that I like had the like I was like it was like hard for me to get it out into words at first, and then I talked about it a little bit, so now I know where I kind of want to go, like what I think about it, like
Yeah, I've
more now.
always
Almost.
up until now I've had like just mixed feelings of
Mhm.
how I feel about it. I didn't have concrete feelings of like how I felt about this topic, but now I do. I have.
Oh, dude, that's what I hope that anyone listening who is like in the same kind of like you don't know how to feel about it, like I hope whether you agree with us or not, like I hope listening and like
Yeah.
having a conversation with yourself in your head like kind of helps you get to like a concrete how you feel, and also to bring it full circle, dude, that opinion might change in 5 years or 10 years,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and that's the beauty of it, dude. I love that. Like I eat that shit up, dude.
Yeah, eat it up.
I eat that shit for breakfast.
I guess we can wrap it up with our recommendations for the week. I have a good one. This still relates to the topic.
Dude, go
I
first.
think everything I wrote down kind of just like everything just worked out this episode.
Dude,
It's cool. You
The
know,
Way of
like
Water.
the way of water. Watch Avatar. That's not a recommendation. That's a demand because I'm a
That's a,
commander.
yeah, that's a bad,
I'll
dude.
command you. Um, let's see. My recommendation is if you haven't watched Invincible on Amazon Prime
Good
Video,
shit.
watch it. Season 1 came out like a few years ago. Watch season 1. Season 2 is coming out 2023. This is actually one of like the like Asian superheroes I like top. He's like one of my favorite superheroes right now. Steven Yeun is voice actor. Him as a
Dude,
character, like a Superman kind of character with powers. Oh my god, I love this character. And watch season 1. You won't regret it.
dude, I still need to watch season one. I'm slacking, and I'm very excited to. One, because I've heard it's good, especially from Jerry. I know Jerry loves it. And Steven Yeun, man, what a national treasure that man is. I
know.
love Steven Yeun.
Yeah. I like so I think I explained this to Peter, but I get this. I think I had the same reasons why you're drawn to Spider-Man is like the same reasons why I'm so drawn to Invincible, Peter.
Oh
Like,
yeah, dude, I can't
you
wait to
know,
watch it.
there when you watch it, there you can see the similarities between Peter and oh shit, I forgot his name. I forgot.
And Steven Yeun.
Yeah.
We're gonna call him Steven Yeun for now. Yeah.
I forgot his real identity. Okay, after you, Peter.
Dude, no, I really quick. I think I love hearing recommendations, dude, because you kind of like, if you know that a person that like recommended it to you like really related to or really likes a character, you're kind of like watching it like a little bit through their eyes too, and you're connecting with that person more through their recommendation. I love that. But I have two.
Oh,
First one's very quick, but I just need to. Dude, I think it's pronounced. The problem is I didn't ask Abe beforehand, but I think his podcast is pronounced
Redox.
Redox. Redox.
I think so. Yeah.
It reminded me because we just said Way of Water, dude. They had like such a good episode about Way of Water, so I just want to plug their podcast. Our lovely friend Abe, and then also that he's not the only one on the podcast. It is just a phenomenal group, dude, and they bounce off each other so well. So I recommend that podcast if you really like movies and like media. They have such a great discourse on it. So shout out to them. I had such a good time listening to the Way of Water one. And for another piece of media, I have to say, oh, because of our talk of different versions of yourself.
Mhm.
Oh wait, did I do everything everywhere at once last time?
Maybe.
I think I did.
I know you mentioned
Okay,
it.
again, watch it. Like please
I haven't
watch
watched it yet, dude. So
Dude, it's like the conversation of like where you would be if you took different choices, kind of.
yeah. Okay, I
But-
gotta watch it.
Dude, that was the one in my head. But I'm gonna say, I don't even know, dude.
Wait, it doesn't have to be a movie. It can be like food.
Like anything, right?
It can be any recommendation.
You know what? I'm gonna say, listen to some Frank Ocean. If you've never listened to Frank Ocean, throw on some of his music, and I think that you'll enjoy vibing to it because I've been listening to a lot of Frank Ocean lately.
Yeah. Solo. This one was good, right?
What?
Solo. I think that's one of his good songs.
Solo?
Yeah.
Maybe. To be honest with you, you might be right. I'm not well versed enough to tell you that it's not. So like that could be one that I haven't listened to as I'm looking it up.
Solo.
It is.
My friend
It's
Cole
off of-
showed it to me.
Yeah,
Good song.
you nailed that, dude.
It's a
off
sad
of the album
song.
Blonde. The album Blonde.
Yeah.
I'm personally I'm a big fan of Ivy and I'm a big fan of Novocaine. Ivy is on the same album as Solo.
Yeah, Ivy's good.
That song, dude, late night driving, that's like a stargazing type of vibe of that, like, it instantly creates a vibe.
Yeah, Stargate. Peter and I have this. Peter has his playlist, and he has this playlist where what is it called? Top down with the
Oh, yeah.
Spotify. We love making Spotify playlists. I like making sad boy playlists, so that's Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, your sad boy playlists are actually legendary.
They're so
Like
sad.
Jerry's sad boy playlist hits. Oh, it's Night Drive with the top down. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Every time I hear a song that could fit that genre, or I mean that
Mm.
description, I always send it to Peter. And he made me the number one song for me the past years in Spotify, "Stargazing" by The Neighborhood. Peter recommended it to me like 3 years ago. It's always been like my top five every year. It's I cannot get sick of that song, dude.
Dude, it was like almost. I heard like it came on shuffle. Like I never heard it before, and
Yeah.
immediately I was like, I gotta send this to Jerry. Like he's gonna eat this
Yeah.
up. And then we played Rocket League, and we were just listening to it, dude.
Dude, yeah, you're the reason why I listen to The Neighborhood like so much. That and The
Dude, I'm
Shining by
honored.
Neighborhood. Sorry, I'm like so many
No, dude,
recommendations. You gotta.
we literally could talk about this kind of stuff, like anything pop culture, like music shows. Like we could talk about it forever. But
Yeah.
those are our recommendations. Literally everything we just said, put it into one. Watch Invincible, listen to Frank Ocean, listen to The Neighborhood, and watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's your homework. I hope that you enjoy doing it. I think you'll like it. Let us know what you thought about all those things in the comments.
And since Lunar New Year has already passed the first day, hope everyone who celebrates it has had a fun time celebrating with family and friends.
Yeah, and lots of good tidings and blessings for the new Lunar New Year.
Yes.
Hope you have a great one. Hope it starts out great.
Bye, everyone.
No leaders. All right, see you guys.